How many people do you think watch this thing?
Live
No.
or total?
I don't think anybody watches it live.
No.
Part of that is technology. Like Facebook's dumb. Like
Yeah.
we paid money to build our audience. That should be our audience.
You would think. I also think though that not a lot of people are going to like take out. I mean, I guess I wouldn't if I saw someone that was going live and I'm in the middle of my workday. I'm not about to like turn on the audio and watch it.
What about a one-click button for Facebook that is a maximum audience reach button, and you get to use it once a month for a membership fee?
It's actually not a bad idea.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
This is Live to
Live to Tell. In my head.
We're back.
Nailed it.
I mean, yeah. I mean, usually I can see the screen. I can only see the corner of it.
The side of it now. There you go.
Cassie, what are we talking about today?
All right. So the first thing, fantastic. No, you don't want to talk about it already.
Open by saying
hi. Then say this is Live to Tell. Fantastic. So Potbelly took over Uber Conference for a brief moment in time this week. In our office, this was at least a big deal. So if you use the line.
Was that the rap song?
Yeah.
But you didn't know it was Potbelly.
No, I didn't listen to it that long. My client dialed in.
Listen to what you just said.
I know, they didn't listen to it that
already
long.
A miss.
Well, but I thought that it was funny. Like I laughed. Like I found it amusing from what I did hear of it. But I didn't know that it was Potbelly.
You're going to go buy Potbelly because you heard him on Uber Conference?
I don't like Potbelly.
I don't like Potbelly.
Sorry,
PB. I think Potbelly's fine.
I mean, it's not bad, but it's like not where I would
spend your money.
Yeah.
You'd rather go to Panera?
Yeah, actually. Really?
Emily I am Dan Marino said Panera is hospital food. Yuck.
I feel like that's Corner Bakery. And
now Cassie has called Corner Bakery. Well, there goes 3 brands we will never work with.
I was going to say we're really
Potbelly, Corner Bakery, and Panera.
Prove us wrong.
R.I.P. Pour one out.
Pour one out.
I like using your terminology.
Thank you.
All right, cool. All
right.
Are they the celebrity too?
No, it's Zion Williamson.
Who's that?
A basketball player that just graduated from Duke.
All
was just poached from Duke. I don't know if he was a senior or not.
He's not poached. You don't poach people. All right. Well, you have a point to make on this, don't you?
Sure. I haven't read it yet, but I'm sure that there's a point here somewhere. So he was, I did know that he was a number 1 pick. He went to New Orleans. I would never have been able to tell you that they were the Pelicans. Who knew? And then, Popeyes announced the release of a Wingspan box. 6'10" portion of fried chicken that matches the length of his wingspan. I get it.
I don't love it for many reasons.
Well, I feel like his ego, if it wasn't already off the charts, is now going to be ridiculous. Like, good luck with whoever's coaching him.
But yeah, I don't like it for other reasons.
Why?
Race. Like, I don't know. It just doesn't feel like a.
Got it.
It doesn't feel like that feels icky to me.
Yeah.
But here I'm gonna share a side note. I saw this on ESPN. It's interesting. Like these guys get out of college, and they're drafted. They have no choice on who their employer is. They are poached. They're drafted by a team. They get no say in it.
Yeah.
And now they get millions of dollars. So
life is hard. Yeah.
But it's interesting. Like that's a rare profession where you pick your profession, but then you're drafted and then you're under contract and you can't go play anywhere else.
This might be a really dumb question, so
go for it.
Forgive me. Does the draft work? How do you know who starts? Is it like the worst team gets like the first pick?
That's a great question. So it depends on the sport. So in the NFL, the worst team gets the first pick.
Okay, that's the only draft I've been to, so that was the one rule today.
There's tiebreakers. In NBA, the worst teams get a number of ping pong balls that their brand is on, their team is on. And then you get a percentage chance of getting the number 1 pick. So what the NBA tried doing is saying, don't tank to get the number 1 pick. Like, because Zion
Right.
could be a potential game changer. LeBron James coming out was a game changer. Shaquille O'Neal, a game changer. So what the NBA was trying to say is, all right, Chicago Bulls, don't go 0 for 82, lose every game, play the awful players just so that you can get that player and change the history of your team. So they left it up to chance. So like the Pelicans were not supposed to be the number one pick. I think the New York Knicks were. And that's why the New York Knicks were disappointed, because the New York Knicks should have got Zion, which would have changed them.
Didn't the Knicks take like a ton of people from North Carolina though? Or North Carolina had the most picks?
But I would say just keep talking.
I don't know.
This is amazing.
I don't know.
North Carolina's a good basketball team. I mean, any team that is a 1 seed and then NCAA tournament is going to have a lot of draft picks. But it's not.
I'm not completely sports ball dumb.
All
just
right.
a little bit
So
sports ball dumb.
You have to pick a franchise, number 1 overall. Who do you pick?
Number 1 overall franchise? Ooh. I don't know.
Well, there's the teaser.
I don't know. I'd have to think about it. Actually, Anytime Fitness. There's not a lot of growth left, but I really like them.
That's good. I like that. That's a good pick.
What's yours?
I mean, I'll get argued that it's not a traditional franchise, but Chick-fil-A.
True.
They're closed on Sundays. Their volume
I was going to say, I
skyrocketing.
switch.
They have a company with purpose.
True.
I mean, I
didn't know I could pick like a non-franchise franchise.
It's still a franchise.
It is, but whatever.
All right. Cash money.
So Netflix, they did like a murder mystery movie. Oh, that's the one that's the Jen Aniston and Adam Sandler. I guess it was like the best opening weekend of any Netflix film. So they had 30.8 million views in its first 3 days.
I watched most of it. It was entertaining, but every Adam Sandler film has the same plot line.
I hate Adam Sandler. Sorry. He's old and tired. I don't mean like old age-wise. I mean like I just feel like that comedy plot line is old. It's played.
You know what's interesting? So I had this review on Amazon this week where I was called a tyrant and that whoever wrote it, first of all, it's a book review and it says in there, why would I read this book? So that means you didn't read the book. And then it says after watching 30 seconds of this guy's podcast, it's like why would I buy into it? But I get it. I mean, you just said I hate Adam Sandler. And poor Adam Sandler hasn't done shit to you.
No.
And you said I hate Adam Sandler.
Okay, all right. Well, I clarify. I don't hate him as a person. I don't know him as a person. I don't like his movies.
Thank you. Look what you just said. Well, okay, this person called me a tyrant, so they probably know me. But
I don't know him. He's not real to me.
So it's okay to put down people that are not real to you?
No. But I'm entitled to my opinion that I don't like his movies.
It's interesting. Yeah. I mean, yeah, right. Yeah.
I also don't feel a need to go blast him on social media and tell him that.
Right. But sorry,
Adam Sandler, if it's some topsy-turvy world you found this podcast.
I mean, that would be amazing.
Yeah. All of a sudden I go viral. Adam Sandler's like, sup.
I don't know. I've been thinking a lot about that. Yeah, you're right. Like, someone should be able to criticize my book. I put it out there. They should be able to read it and say, this is a piece of shit.
Yes.
That's their opinion.
But the character part.
But if they don't know me as a human,
right,
then why would you write?
Right. Well, and I feel like when you say something like that, like me saying I hate Adam Sandler, like if you're a celebrity that's like large enough, like I don't feel like that is to be taken personally. You might.
It probably does. It probably still stings. I mean, I think anybody. But that's what you get for putting yourself out there. Like you have to be exposed to it.
It's just a personal taste thing.
I'm gonna try to pull this up while we're talking about it. But so I posted that review on LinkedIn, and I did so to say like
it was a good post.
Cool, you got me. You win. Someone posted. Let's see if I can find it real quick. It was some quote. Where are you?
Your post just has so much engagement that it's difficult to find.
It says love me or hate me, at least you know me. I was like, all right, that's a good quote. Like,
yeah,
that I think that's what you do when you put yourself out there. Love me or hate me, you know me. So now you're framing a point of view. You're talking about me. It's like when the love me or hate me, the Lady Sovereign. When our competitors talk shit about us, it's like, but you're talking about us and you're telling someone about us, and then maybe eventually they're going to say you're full of shit. So I don't know. I love how I went. I don't even know how I got on this topic.
Me neither, but we got there. All roads begin with Adam Sandler, maybe?
All roads begin with Adam Sandler. You're good with the sound bits.
Thank you.
All right. I'm done talking about that.
All right. We're forward thinking now.
Yeah.
So YouTube is rolling out like an augmented reality makeup test where you can like, I guess, through their AR, like try on trends.
That's smart.
And then it's going to be probably really beneficial considering that YouTube, I feel like, started the whole beauty blogger movement.
Yeah. I think that's fascinating. I think that's a good move. I
Would
think
you
that's smart.
use it, Emily? I don't think I'd use it. I'm old school, but right. But like, I guess like the generation like under us is probably
How
gonna
much
like eat
time
that
does
up.
it take to put on makeup?
Well, I don't wear a lot of it, so not much. Yeah.
But if you're a beauty blogger.
Yeah, but if you like did a full face every day, it could take a while.
Then maybe that's for who it's for. So know your audience.
Yeah. All right. Friend or foe?
Foe.
Okay. Civic honesty. It's a foe. Civic honesty. Like I said, I haven't.
What does that mean?
That's what I'm trying to find. Oh, okay. So there was a study that found that.
For the record, she was a TV producer.
I'm so
So
great
she
at
would
being
do
on
this
air.
exact same thing and hand it off.
I know, and I would kill my anchor if they were ever this horrible at it.
Have you ever gone back and watched your first version of this?
No, and I just kind of like sat there and said,
Yeah, but your
nothing.
personality is so explosive now.
Thanks. It always is, but it takes me. I'm not someone that just am out there immediately. I need to get to know people, and then they regret everything.
Who have you gotten to know? We're sitting in a room with Emily.
I've gotten to know you and Emily.
Okay, so that made you comfortable.
Yeah.
Not like our audience.
No, the camera doesn't faze me clearly. Otherwise, I would not say half the
All right.
things that I do.
Fair.
Okay, so there was like a study about like if you found like a wallet full of cash, like would you take the money or like try to find out its owner? And I guess the study, I guess kind of unsurprisingly said that most of us are more inclined to listen to our conscience. So like go humans.
So,
If it was cash.
all right, I have 2 points on that. One, if
You
there's
know?
if there's no license and no name in there, and it's just like,
Right,
what am I gonna do?
right.
Maybe I'd take half of it and give it to the. Because there's plenty of people that are like, "Can you give
Pay it
money to the
forward.
homeless?" Which I don't understand. Like, if you're asking me to give you $1 to help you get some food, shouldn't you say, "Can you help me out?" But they always say, "Can you help the homeless out?"
Yeah.
I feel
Maybe
like that's
it's-
what Brian Jager has some comments on that.
Oh, really? I'll have to
Um,
ask.
But so I was at the airport the other day. I don't know if this guy really dropped his a $5 bill. It was sitting underneath his stool, and I picked it up. I handed it to him. I go, "I think you dropped this $5. It's just laying on the floor." He goes, "Oh, thanks." But then he like kind of just put it in his pocket. So I think I just found $5 and
And
gave
gave
it
it
to the
to him.
guy. But that's an example. Like she said, "That's not mine." And then he should have said, "Here, bartender. We don't know who this is. Here he goes." So that's what you should do, in my opinion.
Okay.
What did I write about this week?
What did you write about this week? Oh, so the possibility that if there's a bad situation happening around you, it isn't necessarily the situation, it's your reaction to the situation that's
Oh,
going to
yeah, I like
cause
that
the chain
column.
of events.
Yeah, I always
Sorry.
wince because I'm a advanced column writer. Not advanced. I write it in advance.
We haven't timing hasn't been crazy in a while.
Not crazy. I think this next one might be interesting. Because I wrote out all July and August, which I got to send to you.
Yep.
Yeah, it's interesting. I think a lot about this. I was in a meeting yesterday and I watched our speaker. He bumped into the easel, and then bumped into it, reacted, and then moved the easel, but there was nowhere else for it to move, so he basically just picked it up and put it right back down. But I'm like, that's an example of cause. You bumped
Yeah.
into it, your effect, you got startled, and then you did an action that made no sense. But
Yeah.
but part of what I'm saying is like you think about a situation where see? Gone. And where you just went is like
You freeze.
you froze, right?
Yeah.
So but the logical thing, if you think through it,
You're
is
like, oh, I'm gonna
you're like,
take
I
him
gotta
out.
get the F out of here.
Yeah.
Or I gotta take him on, right?
Yeah.
So it's not the moment
Right.
that creates any pains. It's what your effect is.
Yeah.
So this goes into someone walks into your office and says, "I quit." You'd be like, fuck you. Or do you say, I'm sorry to hear that.
Right.
Where are you going? How could we have done better?
Mm-hmm.
What was the miss? Like, if you look back at any situation in your life, it's cause and effect, but the cause isn't the problem. It's the effect. So
Yeah.
I wrote that because I just find it fascinating. I find it fascinating. Like, what would you do in that situation? What do you do when you're when something uncomfortable comes in front of you? What do you do when something great comes in front? Like that first impression means everything. What is the value of going, Cassie, you're doing a great job.
Thanks.
Right? But when you do something great, right? So there's this. I think that's the first time I ever pat you on the back. But
what a time to be alive!
What a time to be alive. Emily's already shaking her head, but I'm just using an example.
Yeah.
Like, and you awkwardly said thanks. Like that was cause and effect.
I awkwardly do everything. So
just saying, I find it a fascinating thing, and
it is.
It's like even bad things like cancer.
Yeah.
It's not the cancer that kills you. It's what happens next or how fast you react to it. Because like if I have a tumor right here, right now, and I don't know about it, that effect is just taking longer before I do something about it. So it's like everything in life seems to be, it's not about the cause, it's about what happens afterwards. Maybe not everything, but a lot of things.
A lot of things, yeah.
That's the deep thought of the day.
Something to mull over.
Anything in closing?
No.
I hope you watched.
Yeah. Sorry, Adam Sandler.
Sorry, Adam Sandler. Have a nice weekend.
Bye.
See ya.